y'all? It's your girl Casey, aka Carter Chanel, aka all of that stuff. Look, so y'all know I keep saying I gotta get consistent. Well, I was listening to one of my top podcasts today. I was just listening to Dre and Lex over at Poorer Minds, and y'all, these females was literally reading my mind. And this is an old podcast video that they had posted, but somebody had wrote in and they was talking about how to be consistent. And y'all know I keep saying I gotta get consistent. So I was just listening, and sure enough, one of the questions was that, and when I tell you, these girls read them their rights. And sometimes you need to hear it from somebody else. Sometimes you can hear it from yourself. You can talk back to yourself. You can do all of that, but sometimes you need to hear it for yourself, or you need to hear somebody shooting it to you straight. And that's exactly what they did, and I love them for this. So I'm gonna just start posting consistently more all the time. So y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and drop in my comments if y'all got any tips or tricks for staying organized and consistent on your YouTube channel. And good luck to y'all and all that good stuff. Listen to this clip. Take a look.
It says, trying to make it. Hey, y'all. I hope you're doing well. My question to y'all is, what suggestions would you give someone who is trying to start their own YouTube/podcast? Me and my sister aren't as social, but we have really fun personalities. Any little suggestion helps.
The main thing is like, I know it sounds so cliche, because you know one thing I hate when I used to ask people for advice, but it sounded really cliche.
You just gotta cry.
But it's the truth.
You just gotta work.
Now being here, it's really the fucking truth. First of all, you have to have a plan. You need to know how your show is gonna be set up.
Right.
One thing that me and Drea, we had no idea when we started doing this shit. So we would just sit down and fucking talk. Yeah. Now we have segments, so people know what to look forward to, and they know what they like. Like, you need to come up with a whole, like, what's it called? Outline. You have to come up with an outline for your show. You need to know what your show is going to be about, your target audience. But the main thing is, and we always say this, you have to be consistent. There was one point, like I told y'all, it was like maybe 50 people listening to me and Drea talk every week. But we still can't. We still was dropping shit every fucking week. We did not care. But one thing is, you said y'all aren't social. You have to use social media. There's no way you can have a podcast, a YouTube, if you're not using social media. Podcasting and YouTube is social media. So you have to make your presence on social media known. There's no way, like I said, unless you're already a celebrity, there's no way you can have a successful YouTube or a podcast without being on social media. So that's something, those are the things that you need to work on. Those are like the baby steps, like, and being consistent. Like I said, we've been doing this shit for, 2 years now?
Next month it'll be 2 years.
Yeah, next month it'll be 2 years, and we're just now starting to make money. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
people don't really be seeing
they think
what
that
really
people,
go on.
Yeah, people be thinking that you just do this shit and you just be making money, and it's not like that at all. It's very fucking
grind
hard
for this shit.
Yeah,
it's true though. Nah, it's true though. Can y'all like elaborate on maybe some of y'all struggles with that? Cause you don't want to, with other than having 50 listeners, like
just figuring out, like, we used to record in her living room,
so the sound
quality used to be terrible. Like, it was just a lot of figuring shit out. I knew how to edit, because that's what I went to college for, but it was like I had to refresh all that memory. So you need to figure out, are you going to pay somebody to do it? Is that in your budget? Are you going to do it yourself? So it's like figuring out a schedule and just like
figuring out when you want to drop. I mean, honestly, my main advice that I always give anybody, I actually tweeted about this yesterday, is just being consistent. Because
this is a job.
Because all of these other things, as crazy as they sound, I think to people, all of the other stuff sounds harder. But once you start really doing something, you realize being consistent is the hardest part. Like you could figure out how to work these computer programs and do all that type of stuff. But if you're not a consistent person and you don't have consistency, your show is never going to go anywhere. Like I said, I spoke on this yesterday on Twitter. I've seen so many people during the pandemic, start podcasts and start blogs and do like maybe 2 episodes, 3 episodes, maybe 3-4 blog posts, and now they not doing this shit no more. How are you going to have a successful blog or a successful podcast or a successful YouTube channel if you're not dropping content consistently? We live in a generation where it's like, you gotta be like, if you not being seen, people gonna forget about you. You know what I mean? So your podcast might be great. The first 2 episodes might have been great, but if you're not dropping shit and you don't drop nothing for 3 weeks, they gonna forget about your ass.
Right. They gonna listen to this,
and they gonna go listen to somebody else who's being consistent. You know what I mean? So I just always say consistency is the main thing, because you can learn everything else.
But not only that, I don't think people realize like it's a job. Y'all get episodes on y'all see us every Wednesday. For people who aren't Patreon members, y'all just see us on Wednesday. The YouTube drops on Friday. But we are doing something for Poor Minds every day.
If you're a Patreon member, you seeing us more than once a week.
And not like every day, like I'm responding to emails. Right. I'm sending in this for the ads. I'm sending in I'm literally doing something for Poor Minds.
We be having meetings. We be talking to people on the phone. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that kind of goes into it. You have to be consistent. So, and I really don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, most people are, you're working, you have a job. So you just have to make time for it. Like, I started being like, okay, I'm going to dedicate this time and this time to Poor Minds every day. And I still do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'll be working at work. I'll be at my job working on Poor Minds stuff. I'll be like, okay, this is the time I know at work that I'm not that busy. So from like 3 to 5, I'm going to get all this shit done for Poor Minds. And that's what I do.
And I want to say this too. I feel like a lot of the time too, people be wanting to start podcasts and stuff because they be like, oh, I'm funny, I have a good personality. And I think that people think that it's going to be easier because it's not like a business where you're selling a tangible product. You know what I mean? Like clothing or cosmetics and stuff. So I think people be thinking that it's going to be easier. But if you don't have, I'm going to say this because I always say this on the show, if you don't have the mindset to be an entrepreneur, it's not going to work as well, because it's still a business. Like, you still being a boss, you still being an entrepreneur. So if you don't have that in you, and some people just don't.
But not only that, when we first started recording, how many times would I stop the camera and I'd be like, this ain't it? And we would have to start over.
And we used to do that as well. Like, we used to record whole episodes. Sometimes Alex used to piss me off because we'll be like 45 minutes into recording an episode and she'd be like, nah, we got to do this over because I just didn't like the vibe. I don't feel like it flowed right. And I'd be like, what the fuck? But I would do the shit.
Because it's just like I had a vision. And look at the vision.
Yeah.
Right. Look at the vision.